Lawmakers still have no common ground this morning on nuclear negotiations with Iran. Secretary of State John Kerry yesterday sat through a fiery hearing on Capitol Hill. Nancy Corliss is there as potential presidential contenders weigh in. Nancy, good morning.
Good morning. And tempers really did flare as the senators who signed on to that letter about negotiations with Iran came face to face with one of the chief negotiators, Secretary of State John Kerry.
My reaction to the letter was utter disbelief.
Secretary Kerry slammed the letter sent by Senate Republicans that warned the Iranian regime that any nuclear deal not approved by Congress would be nothing more than an executive agreement, and the next president could revoke it with the stroke of a pen.
It purports to tell the world that if you want to have any confidence in your dealings with America, they have to negotiate with 535 members of Congress.
The Republican chairman, Bob Corker, signaled he wasn't interested in a lecture, even though he didn't sign the letter.
Mr. Secretary, I know this is a well-written speech, but
not a speech,
you've been at this for 5 minutes.
This is not a speech. Yeah. This is a statement about the impact of this irresponsible letter.
5 minutes and 26 seconds later, you finished.
Of the 41 signers, 4 are likely presidential candidates, and 2 used Wednesday's high-profile foreign relations hearing to take the administration to task.
I signed the letter to Iran, but you know what? The message I was sending was to you. The message was to President Obama that we want you to obey the law.
I believe that our military strategy towards ISIS is influenced by our desire not to cross red lines that the Iranians have about U.S. military presence in the region.
Absolutely not in the least.
In the midst of her own controversy over private emails, likely Democratic presidential candidate Hillary Clinton took a swipe at her potential opponents on Twitter, writing that no one considering running for commander-in-chief should be signing on to that letter. Everyone is weighing on to this letter, including Iran's supreme leader, who said yesterday that it is ridiculous, disgusting, and gross. And Gail, he added that every time we are close to a deadline in the negotiations, the tone on the other side, especially that of the Americans, becomes sharper, harder, and more violent.
All right, Nancy, message received. Thank you very much.